Hey, welcome back to Chaotic History, the channel where we survive an entire country's history in one sitting. This is History Roulette. Let's spin the wheel and see who's up today. Rome. 2,000 years of empire, chaos, and collapse. Let's go. Legend says Rome began with two abandoned brothers, Romulus and Remus, raised in the wild by a she-wolf on the banks of the Tiber. When the twins grew up and argued over where to build their city, Romulus killed his own brother and named the new town after himself, Rome, 753 BC. For centuries, Rome was ruled by kings, until the people finally overthrew the last one and swore never to crown another. In 509 BC, they founded a republic instead, power split between elected consuls and a senate of aristocrats, a system built to stop any one man from ruling alone. Rome's greatest rival was Carthage, and its most terrifying enemy was a general named Hannibal. In 218 BC, Hannibal did the unthinkable. He marched an army with war elephants straight across the freezing Alps to attack Italy from the north. 2 centuries later, a general named Julius Caesar conquered all of Gaul and became the most powerful man in Rome. When the Senate ordered him to disband his army, Caesar refused. In 49 BC, he crossed the Rubicon River with his legions, an act of war against Rome itself. Caesar won the civil war and made himself dictator for life, but that terrified the senators who valued the old republic. On the Ides of March, 44 BC, a group of senators surrounded him in the Senate House and stabbed him to death, including men he had once called friends. Out of the chaos that followed, Caesar's adopted heir Octavian crushed his rivals and became Rome's first true emperor. Renamed Augustus, he ended a century of civil war and opened 200 years of relative peace across the empire, the Pax Romana. To keep a growing empire entertained, Rome built the Colosseum, an arena that could hold 50,000 people. Inside, gladiators fought for their lives while emperors handed out free food and spectacle, a strategy history would later call bread and circuses. By the 3rd century, the empire was cracking. Plague, inflation, and a revolving door of emperors, many assassinated within months of taking power. Germanic tribes pushed harder against the borders every year, and Rome's once unstoppable legions started losing ground for the first time in centuries. In 312 AD, the Emperor Constantine won a decisive battle and credited his victory to a vision of the Christian cross. He legalized Christianity across the empire, and within decades it went from a persecuted minority faith to Rome's official religion. In 476 AD, a Germanic chieftain deposed the last Western Roman emperor, and the western half of the empire that had lasted 1,000 years simply ended. But Rome never really left. Its roads, its laws, its language, and its architecture still shape the modern world today, long after the empire itself fell.